Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Ready? 8, read. 6, right there. Rock it. Hey, let go. Sit.
On first down, it's Hubbard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
We go set. 70, Indy. Double time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Redskins, 46-yard line. 56. Great 15. Great 15.
Working from the gun, Wentz. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but that he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a good time return.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. X3. 218. Chop. This thing is a look. We taking wins. 5. 2.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. He's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Oliver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Forced out to his left. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Check 56. Pick me up. Here we go.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
20.
56. Watch twist.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Wentz. Got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Daniels, flushed out right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. On first down, Hubbard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Wentz. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
82, 82.
56, Mike, 56.
Bravo.
Throwing now is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Hines. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Now a toss play. It's Hines. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Redskins scoop it. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Daniels. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Back to throw. Daniels. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Here we go. 180.
56. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Hey, 74.
56.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. It's good to make it 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Go. Go. 280.
I'm coming.
Hey, 57.
56.
Hey, Zoo.
56.
On second and 15 now. Wentz looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
5'9".
56.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. At about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Nyheim Hines, 77 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Redskins 7. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready, set.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hold now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Orbit. Get it.
On third down, Daniels. Got a man open. It's Ross. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now it's Hines. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. The Redskins on third down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Here we go, D.
Sunday.
Here I come again. Here I come again. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Hey, Alpha. You don't know no better.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Kill.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 27-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Watch the run. Smooth.
Mike 56. Mike 56. I know he ain't got it. Mike.
Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On first down, Hubbard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Second and 2. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right, got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down, but hold everything. A flag is down. This one might not stand. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Daniels. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Back to throw. Daniels escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Hubbard. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Daniels flushed out right. He'll run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Snags it for the pick. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Don't get nervous.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 51. Mike
5.
On fourth down, Daniels eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Well, he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be...
There he goes, left side. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 50 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They run with Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Right there, 56. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
You got it.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Sanders, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Daniels got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Looking to throw. Daniels. They'll roll him out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrived.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, lock it. Deep rip.
They'll try the left side. Hubbard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Down. 50. Plant. You draw Corcoran. Bravo.
Check 49. Big Ed.
Get it.
From the gun, Daniels. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
54, Mike 54.
On first down, Hines. There to stop him, Terrell Edmunds. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Check 56. Let's go, D.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On third down, it's Hubbard, and to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. Back to throw. Daniels. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 60 or.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Ready.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.